Yo, welcome back to another episode of Great Conversations and Guests, man. It's your boy Turbo, man. Hey, man. Before anything, I know it's been a while, man. I know it's been a minute. I ain't shot in a minute. It's been like a month, Joe. I've been having some writer's block, Joe. I know I've been trying to. I know I've been supposed to been getting more content out here, like I told y'all I was. I know I'm supposed to be putting out more basketball videos since the playoffs and shit. But if y'all been following the page, Great Convo and Guests on Instagram, then y'all been seeing I've been posting a little bit on there. If y'all following the TikTok, y'all know I've been posting on there too, though. You feel me? But all in all, we back though. You feel me? I got my boy Taj behind the lens. He back. We back though. You feel me? We a little late, but it's all good. You feel me? Better late than never. You feel me? Second round of the playoffs. Lakers, OKC, the Spurs, Detroit, Cavaliers, 76ers, New York. Now, the last time we talked, you feel me, it was getting ready to go until the NBA playoff season. You feel me? We had high hopes for the Hornets. You know, the Hornets was one of our teams that we was rooting for to get into it. But you feel me? They fell short to the Detroit. I mean, they fell short to the Orlando Magic. It was all good though. The Magic put up a hell of a series against Detroit, even though Detroit was end up to put them out in seven. You feel me? A real hard fought series, real good. You feel me? Even though we did plan on Detroit to lose if they played our Hornets, but ultimately we damn that was right. You feel me? Uh, OKC got an easy dub. You feel me? Spanked the Suns real quick. Got up out of there. Lakers end up beating the Rockets in six. Almost lost the series. You feel me? And KD barely played, but LeBron James did what he had to do, put the team on his back. Average LeBron shit. You feel me? Cavaliers end up going all the way to Game 7 with the Raptors. Man, that was something I wasn't prepared for. I thought that was supposed to be a quick, probably 4-5 game series. You feel me? Uh, New York went at it with Atlanta like always, but man, that last game they put belt to Atlanta ass. Man, I'm talking about 84 to 45 in the third quarter was just crazy, but I made a video about that too, man. Y'all, I said that's what happened when you trade Trae Young. You feel me? That shit would have never happened with Ice Trae. You feel me? So shout out Trae Young though. You feel me? But like I said, all in all though, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on the video. We're gonna get into the second round. We're gonna talk about the matchups. See who we got winning each series, and then we're gonna ultimately give y'all probably our I'm gonna give you my NBA Finals team matchup and who I think will win. You feel me? But like I said, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on the video. And y'all already know we're gonna dive right into it. So first things first, man. Like I said, the second round of the playoffs just started yesterday. You feel me? We had two games yesterday. One was a very good game, real competitive back and forth. Two good defenses. Two of the best defenses in the league. Two of the top defensive player finalists is in the league. Also played in that game, and it was a real back and forth, hard nosed game between the Timberwolves and the San Antonio Spurs. Now, if y'all remember a couple of episodes ago, me and a couple of my boy Jelani and my boy Leak. If y'all haven't seen that episode, go check out that episode. Real dope episode. We talked a little bit about the playoffs before they even got here. And one thing that Jelani kept referring to is like how the Spurs was his black horse team. You feel me? And one thing that I put out there was that I feel like the Spurs and Minnesota probably be the only two teams that can possibly top OKC in the Western Conference as of right now. You feel me? I said that maybe the Nuggets could too, but I wasn't really too sure just because they dealt with a lot of injuries, and then I know what like how they bench is. They ain't really had a depth. So then I started to backtrack on what I said about the Nuggets. You feel me? But ultimately, the Timberwolves and the Spurs, man. First things first, I said that this was going to be one of the best matchups in the second round, and I believe that it really is. I believe it's going to go to 7 games. You feel me? I think this series is going to go to 7 games. And the one of the biggest things that I said was that if Anthony Edwards did not play in the first 2 games, then Minnesota definitely might be in trouble. But for him to come back and play in that first game with the bruised bone after the hyperextended knee just showed the resilience. It shows the mentality. It shows the heart. and it shows how bad that he really wants it. You feel me? And how bad he knows he needs to be out there for this team, even though they was missing some other players, some other key players too, that's been stepping up big for them in the playoffs. You feel me? He was able to come out there and do his thing. You feel me? And then also another thing that I did talk about was the defense that Rudy Gobert plays on Wembyama. So ultimately, he played everybody who almost got a chance to play defense on him from Minnesota really did a good job with him, making him put up in forceful shots, making him force jump shots that he probably didn't really want to take or uh, wasn't really supposed to take. You feel me? But I did definitely put those two key things out there. Like for one, it's gonna start with Rudy Gobert and how he's challenged Wembyama in the post game, how he challenge him at the 3 point line. Because to me, if it comes down to it, when it comes down to being in the post, I feel like Rudy Gobert is definitely going to hold his own. He just held his own against Jokic, probably some of the best defense we've seen against Nikola Jokic in the playoffs probably since his career started. You feel me? So if he able to do the same thing he was able to do to Jokic, he apply that to Wemby, then I feel like Wemby is going to have a much worse series than Joker had, just because that means he's going to settle for a lot of jump shots, and he's going to be passive a lot. So he's going to try to get the ball out of his hands, and ultimately that's what you want to kind of do if you're a team that's going against the Spurs. You feel me? You don't want Wemby to get into that mid-range pocket space where he can just, almost just, you feel me, just lob the ball in the hole at that point, you feel me, once he gets to a certain spot. So making him not get to them certain spots and making it tough on him and forcing him to take deeper mid-ranges or deep threes, that's what you want to do, you feel me? Let the other team try to beat you. So let Castle, let Vassell and them, let Keldon Johnson them, De'Aaron Fox try to come up with a game plan to try to really beat y'all. And ultimately, that's what they had to come down to. Don't get me wrong, Wembyama had a crazy game. He had I think he had 15, 11, and like 12 blocks. You feel me? 12 blocks is crazy. You feel me? But ultimately, they made sure they game plan was to take away him and not let him get into the post and get comfortable and get those easy shots. And I feel like he probably thought that once he starts to bring Rudy Gobert out onto the 3 point line, that would have probably made the matchup more in his favor. Just because I feel like Wemby do have he has the agility and the quickness to get around somebody like Gobert, just because the way Gobert plays defense, he kind of flat-footed. So it's kind of hard for him to shuffle his feet in, try to turn his hips to try to catch up with a defender that's blowing past him. So Wemby got enough agility and he got some athleticism to be able to beat Gobert in the court like that. But it's only so many times he's gonna be able to do that. You feel me? So I feel like this what this series is really gonna come down to. It's gonna really come down to how well Rudy Gobert is able to play consistent defense on Wembyama, and then it's also gonna come down to making sure that Anthony Edwards stays healthy during this series, so he can able to be who we know who he can be in these playoff series. He only had 18 points last night. You feel me? Julius Randle led the way with 21. You know, um, Terrence Shannon Jr. came off the bench. He been playing real good as of the last couple of 3-4 games. You feel me? So it was some people who came up. Jaden McDaniels, 16 points. So this is gonna be a real good matchup because both teams defensively sound. They play real good defense. They get out there, they contest shots, they get steals. They own ball defense. They pick you up 94 feet. So it's definitely gonna be definitely a hard series to try to get a favorable matchup in. But it just all comes down to people winning their matchups and making sure that Anthony Edwards is healthy enough to be out there on the court so he can able to make an impact like he did, even if it ain't in the scoring column, to be able to make an impact to even draw defenders his way to get somebody open for open shots. You feel me? Because we seen that when he went down, other players had to step up. Ayu Sumo had to step up, even though he out of the lineup right now. But the number one person that really stepped up to me was Jaden McDaniels, and I feel like this gonna be another series where he definitely needs to elevate his play again. Just because even if Ant ain't missing a game, he still like ain't at 100%. So he should know that he probably just got to do a little more to help his team win a game. just like Julius Randle, he know he gonna step up and he gonna do his thing. You feel me? He understand the situation, so you feel me. But ultimately, I really feel like the Timberwolves can win this series just because off those points alone. You feel me? Rudy Gobert playing good defense, getting out the contested shots, blocking shots, making other players not want to come into the holes, or making them take a lot of more threes than they probably want to or they should have. You feel me? So we're gonna see how that series go. Minnesota lead right now 1-0. They're gonna play again. I think they're gonna play again tomorrow. So we're gonna see what's how that series is gonna turn out. Now I say it's gonna go to 7 games, you feel me? But you never know, you feel me? Y'all leave a comment, you feel me? Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about Minnesota and the Spurs series. Do y'all think the Spurs gonna, take over the series? Or y'all think Minnesota gonna use this game to, kind of pull away and go ahead and punch their ticket into the Western Conference Finals again. You feel me? Another game that went on yesterday was 76ers versus New York. I feel like this is gonna be a real good series just because of the area of the teams it's in. It's Philly, it's New York, so those atmospheres together it's just gonna collide and there's gonna be so much energy. Like you got Philly fans coming to New York, you got New York fans coming to Philly. You feel me? So that energy is just gonna be crazy. I just seen the video of J.R. Smith getting trampled outside in a mosh pit of the New York fans after they just spanked Philly bad like that. But don't get me wrong, I feel like the only reason they probably did Philly as bad as they did, Joel Embiid didn't play, and also they just came off a 7 game series with against the Celtics, man, a real hard fought 7 game series putting up against that Celtics team that's not no pushovers. Most of that series they had most of their whole team except a couple of bigs. You feel me? I feel like they really did miss Vucevic because early on in the season I did say that was one of their big pickups. You feel me? To replace somebody with replace somebody like Al Horford with Vucevic who can actually make up for that productivity. I feel like was going to be good, but I didn't know that it was going to affect them with the injuries and stuff like that. But ultimately, man, I just feel like Jason Tatum probably rushed back too quick. I feel like if he probably would have if he knew that he could come back at any time, he probably really felt like it. I feel like he probably should have just waited till the playoffs started. I feel like he probably just waited till the playoffs started or gave it like the last like 3, 4 games of the season, come back then what he did. You feel me? I think he only played like in the last like 7 to 10 games or something like that, if that. You feel me? So just to get his feet back wet. But if he come closer back towards the playoffs, I feel like he don't aggravate no injury and he got to sit out in that game 7. You feel me? And then on top of that is to see like how severe is that injury for him had to sit out in the game 7, knowing the circumstances, knowing what you up against, you feel me, knowing what you facing, you feel me, you seeing that Philly not going down without a fight, you feel me, every game somebody different stepping up. It's the young cat VJ. It's Tyrese Maxey. It's Paul George. It's Embiid here. You feel me? So to get those level to play out those players out of Philly, like Philly was expecting, and for Boston to come up short like that, I know Boston kind of feeling upset about that. You feel me? But New York came out there and they just handled business from the get go. Like I said, I just think Philly was tired. So I feel like you get them a day or so. I feel like they're gonna come out in game 2. I feel like they're gonna do a way better job than they did the first game. Hopefully, Embiid play because that's gonna definitely I feel like swing the series for them. Just because Karl Anthony Towns and Embiid definitely got some rivalry right there, some bloodshed. Those guys got into it early on in their careers, and it's just been like that back and forth. But those the type of things that you want in a playoff series because those type of things just make the playoff series that much better. You already got Philly and New York going together. You feel me? I mean, going against each other. You feel me? And Philly, New York always been at each other's throat anyways. Who got the better sports team? Who got the better this? Who got the better that? You feel me? So that's just one thing. Then you actually put 2 players that actually win at each other's throats before. You feel me? You want to see that in the playoffs. So hopefully Embiid come back that next game and it be more competitive because New York went out there and just hit them in the mouth just like they did the Atlanta Hawks that last game. So, and me personally, I don't think that New York is that gooder than Philly. To be honest, Jalen Brunson definitely elevated his play since the playoffs started. Other than the regular season, you feel me? His points done went up. Assists done went up and everything too. The overall play around everybody else done went up as well too. OG Anunoby out there getting buckets, man. So man, I ain't saying that New York no pushover, nothing like that, but I definitely think that Philly can definitely, if they was able to beat Boston, I definitely feel like they can able to got a chance to beat they definitely got a chance to beat New York. Right now, they only got a 21% chance. They giving, I think, 21%, and they giving New York a 79% chance to win this series. So, hey, man, that 21% that's a strong enough chance. You feel me? I think for them to win this series, you just put out a former champions with Peyton Pritchard and Jaylen Brown them and that Celtics team and that head coach and that organization. You feel me? So if you were able to do that, I feel like they definitely can able to trample New York. You feel me? That should be like it shouldn't be easy because they already down 1-0, but it should kind of be easy for them to bounce back and swing the momentum of this series in their favor so they could win. You feel me? Uh but y'all, you feel me? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that Philly and that New York rivalry and what that series is gonna play like out. Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe. I feel like this next game they gonna come out foot on the gas, man. Foot on the gas. Tyrese Maxey been playing real good. VJ Edgecombe have been playing excellent for a rookie in this playoffs, man. The game 7 he had against Boston, it was a real that was a real game right there that he had coming out for him right there in the playoffs, young, you feel me, not scared, taking shots, big shots, contested shots, you feel me, making stops on defense. So I'm looking for them to bring that energy. You feel me? I'm just looking like they probably was tired. So a lot of stuff they couldn't get going. New York's still kind of fresh. So all that stuff kind of play a part. You feel me? So I got Philly. You feel me? But y'all let me know who y'all got. Y'all got New York or do y'all got Philly winning this series overall? You feel me? Drop a comment. Let me know. You feel me? Also, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to on the video. Uh, so now let's get into the games that we got today. You feel me? So we got the Cavaliers versus the Pistons. You feel me? And then we also got the Lakers versus the Thunders. So the first game I'm gonna get into is I'm gonna get into the Lakers versus OKC game because I was just talking about this game with my homie now. You feel me? They real big Laker fans. They going for the Lakers and shit like that. Now, from what I see, and I said that this might sound a little crazy. I said this might sound a little crazy to some people. You feel me when I said it? But I said that I understand that people really not giving the Lakers no chance to beat OKC. Some people probably even saying that that they probably even going that they probably even might sweep them shit. But I feel like the Lakers got a slim window, a slim chance to win in a 7 game series if they able to push OKC to that limit. You feel me? And this is the reason why I say this. And the reason why they can probably get it done is because Luka Doncic is not in the lineup. You feel me? Now I understand the the points Luka put up, the productivity he put up, as far as assists, points, rebounds. I understand what he means to this Lakers team, but understand why I say this is that if you look at this Lakers team and the way it's performing in the playoffs right now, with LeBron James at the helm and running everything, it's kind of like this was what you want out of the Lakers. This is what you kind of want to see. You want to see LeBron James running the show. You probably want to see AR at that number 2 shot at that number 2 option doing his thing, and everybody else kind of fall in line and just be ready to make shots and knock down shots or be ready for open passes or to make cuts. You feel me? And they moving at a faster pace than they would be if Luka Doncic was on the floor. I believe that if Luka was on the floor for them against that Rocket series, I feel like it would have kind of been detrimental to them during that Rocket series, and they probably could have lost just because with these young players now, you already see that they getting up the flow very quickly. You feel me? Even with Kevin Durant being 38 years old in year 18, you feel me? He's still able to get up the court. You feel me? With a pace. You feel me? And that's what it come down, and that's what it really come down to when you playing a team like OKC, because they know they have the ability to turn it into a half court game, and then they also have the ability to turn it into a full court game where they can take off on you with their defense and turn defense into transition buckets on offensive side. So you feel me? And also, I feel like Luca is a is a he's kind of he's kind of what word I'm looking for. He's kind of a weakness for the Lakers. He's kind of a weakness for the Lakers if if they trying to play that type of basketball. You feel me? Their transition defense is gonna have holes in it. It's gonna be a little slower because of Luca. You feel me? Like we thought because he slimmed down that his style of play would have changed or the guy look quicker or something like that. But his style of play is still very much the same. So I just feel like if Luka got to sit out against this OKC series, I feel like it really doesn't hurt the Lakers as much as people think it does. I really think it kind of turns in their favor because they're able to get up and down the court with the OKC players. You feel me? They're able to get out there, contest shots. They get out there, run the transition, get fast break points. You feel me? And then on top of that, you got LeBron James running the show, and LeBron James know how to make it do what it do. You feel me? He been in these situations before. I was just telling them that the team kind of remind me of that Cavaliers team, and what was that? I believe 2018. I think it was 2018 after Kyrie Irving left and he took that Cavaliers team to another finals. Without Kyrie Irving, this is what I'm looking at the Lakers team looking at like right now. You feel me? AR is like a J.R. Smith. He out there. He gonna knock down shots for you. He gonna play some good defense. You know. And then only thing he missing is somebody like Kevin Love. You feel me? He got DeAndre Ayton out there. DeAndre Ayton definitely been trying to raise his level of play since the playoffs started. You feel me? That round one, the first couple of games, he was playing some real good basketball. You feel me? Defensively and offensively. So I just feel like you feel me. I just feel like if if the Lakers want to win though, if the Lakers want to win, probably Luka not being able to come back in this series is probably going to help them way more than it if he do come back. Now, if he do come back, I understand that the number of points that they're going to score is going to definitely be higher than what they've been scoring. But I feel like in the playoff ball, you want to try to keep them. You want to keep the score low. You want to keep the opponent team limited their possessions. You feel me? You want to try to control the clock as much as too, but at the same time, you want to be able to play with a pace to be able to keep up with the opponents. Just because they're young and one of your best players is the oldest person in the league, and it might come down to it might be hard. It might be a hard task. You feel me? But it really might come down to that. It really might come down to that. LeBron James might have to stick SGA in this in this in this series. Now that might be a hard battle for a 42-year-old LeBron James. You feel me? But at the same time, you know, if that's one of your best defenders who probably can match up with him size wise. Because anybody else, you think about it like AR, he probably too small. He like 6'5". SGA around 6'7" ish. AR probably about 6'5". Marcus Smart probably about 6'3", 6'4". You probably can put Rudy Hachimura on him, but then that's when SGA quickness come in at. That's where his finesse come in at. He can get Rudy Hachimura in a lot of foul trouble. So I feel like with LeBron, he got the IQ to know like, all right, what type of scorer SGA is, and he understand that if he plays a certain amount of defense on him and he comes on the other end and attack SGA on the other end, that's going to give his team a better chance to win a game. Because with a player like SGA, that's how you slow him down and you stop his momentum. You gotta when he coming at you on the offensive side, you gotta make sure you come at him when he's playing defense. You gotta put the feet on the gas. You can't be out there passive, trying to pass the ball, trying to just move around, not trying to get the ball. You actually gotta go at it. Put your forearm in his chest. body him down. You feel me? Box him out. Let him know you around, and you gonna be all up in his grill. You feel me? Get him out of rhythm. You feel me? Get him frustrated. That's the type of thing that you need. So I feel like if the Lakers really want to win, I feel like that's what they need to do. You feel me? That's the things that they probably need to do. And I feel like it's the real big thing is LeBron gonna have to stick SGA. You feel me? If they really want to come out on top of this, you feel me, bro. But y'all leave a comment and let me know what y'all think about the Lakers versus the Thunder's series and who y'all think gonna come out on top. You feel me? I already know this. I know everybody probably gonna be like the Thunder, the Thunder, Thunder. But also too, that's what I want to talk about. If the Thunder do end up putting the Lakers out, do this? Everybody been saying like, do this hurt LeBron legacy, or what does this do to LeBron legacy if he get put out the playoffs again? Like at this point in his career, the man 42, man. This shit ain't gonna have no effect on it ain't gonna have no effect on his legacy, just because if he can't get to 5 rings or if he can't get to 6 rings like Mike, all that don't even matter, man. You just go out there and play ball, man. If he lose, then shit, he just lose. LeBron probably finna retire anyway. His legacy already set in stone. He a first ballot Hall of Famer probably soon as he retire. You feel me? He accomplished everything he was set out to accomplish in basketball. So at this point, he just playing right now just to be. He just playing, for the longevity of it, I guess, and to just still have fun. This just for the love of the game right now. At this point, you feel me? So if he lose against OKC, you feel me? Then that's just what it is. You feel me? You go off into the sunset, you retire, or you probably don't, or you never know what he might do. But I don't really think it's gonna affect his legacy in no way like that. It ain't gonna make him fall as one of the top 3 best basketball players ever to play basketball and nothing like that crazy. So I ain't even finna, we ain't gonna even think nothing like that or try to make it something it ain't. You feel me? Now on the flip side, if OKC win, you feel me? Does this mean that they're a favorite to win the championship? You feel me? Me personally, I say no, because they still got Minnesota out there and they still got the Spurs out there. You feel me? And those my 2 top teams who I really think that really can beat them and really knock them off top. You feel me? So until I see them go up against them, either the Timberwolves or the Spurs, I am not putting OKC back into the championship on some back-to-back championship shit. You feel me? That shit over with. But if they able to get past one of those teams and go back to the championships, then I might have to start reconsidering my opinion. You feel me? Especially if they win. You feel me? But that's a lot of if and so we gotta wait to see if it's gonna happen. But I definitely got that series right there. I really think that the Thunder gonna win, but I just put my 2 cents in about if the Lakers could win. So that little window of opportunity that I was saying that the Lakers got is just right there. But I do see the Thunder beating the Lakers just because the Lakers really ain't got the depth. They ain't really got the consistency like that. Even though like they ain't got it like how OKC got it at a certain type of level. Like you know, OKC role players, they gonna come out there and they gonna push it to the left. They gonna push it to the max. They play off the bench might end up with 20, 30 points. You feel me? So that's the type of effort that you need from players off the bench. And I don't feel like the Lakers got those type of personnel or they got those type of players to help them out in that type of way. So most of their stuff is gonna kind of rely on the starters and the people that come off the bench is really people just that's come out there so the starters can take a break at this point. You feel me? Because they ain't really doing too much to really help them. You feel me? But like I say, y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about that Lakers and OKC series. Who y'all think gonna win? Why y'all think they gonna win it? You feel me? And let me know what y'all think about LeBron legacy if he loses to OKC in this round of the playoffs. You feel me? Is it gonna be a bad look on him, or it really don't matter? It really don't matter at this point. Like I said, you feel me? And last but not least, the last game we're gonna get into that's gonna happen today is the Cavaliers versus the Pistons. Now you feel me? I already said that I didn't think the Pistons supposed to made it as far as they did. Orlando took them to 7 games. I really thought Charlotte had their number. I wanted Charlotte to have that 8th seed so they'll be able to play Detroit. I think they would have been a team to really put them out. But man, Cade Cunningham, man, I can't even deny he just showed resilience. In that first round, he just showed resilience. You feel me? He just showed a diehard attitude, like he just ain't gonna give up. He put his team on his back. You feel me? Had multiple 40 games, 40-point games, you feel me? And that's what you want from your superstar, especially at a point guard position. He just leading them the right way this time, you feel me? He understand what happened to him last year. People grow from that, you feel me? Some people grow from that, but you able to see that, but some people don't, you feel me? You able to see that too. So I just feel like even though I didn't have Detroit winning this series, I did was saying that they wasn't playing good, especially Jalen Duren. He was having some real bad games. But to see them come back from 3-1, against a Orlando team, even though that Orlando team was kind of banged up, you feel me? To me personally, I still don't think that Orlando was the better team than Detroit. You feel me? Even with the injuries or without the injuries. Now, I did think that if it come down to it in that game 7 situation like that again, if Orlando has Foz Wagner out there, I do think it'd make it a very different type of game out there just because the level of everything he could do from scoring points, rebounding, and passing the ball. So with him being gone out of the lineup, I feel like that really did hurt them a lot. You feel me? But other than that, man, to see Detroit come back from 3-1 is just shows straight resilience from Cade Cunningham. Because other than him, man, like Tobias Harris stepped up a little bit, but other than him and Tobias Harris, it was really tough on. Jalen Duren ended up having a real good game in that closeout game. I just feel like you probably need Ashura Thompson. You're gonna need a lot more from him as these playoffs go on, and y'all want to keep staying alive and being in these playoffs. You're gonna need more and more from him, and especially it's gonna start in this second round right here against the Cavaliers. Now the Cavaliers just came off a 7-game series with the Raptors. Both teams just came off 7-game series. You feel me? So if Detroit paid attention, they know they know the holes they need to expose to beat the Cavaliers because uh, the Raptors almost did it. You feel me? But that's why I say it's gonna come down to the second round. Ashura Thompson gonna have to actually go out there and he gonna have to be a factor out there, not just on the defensive side, on the offensive side too. He gonna have to go out there. He gonna have to take some shots. You got to make some shots. He gonna have to be aggressive out there. In this second round, Cade Cunningham can't be the only person that's going to be aggressive on the offensive side. Tobias Harris is going to have to also be more aggressive than he was in that first round just because you're going against James Harden. You feel me? He's going to apply pressure, passing the ball and shooting the ball. Donovan Mitchell going to apply pressure, passing the ball and attacking the rim and shooting the ball. You feel me? Mobley is going to apply pressure, shooting the ball and attacking the ball. Jared Allen going to, apply pressure, rebounding it, second chance points, getting everything up off the glass. So everybody got to be better than they was in that last round. You feel me? And if they ain't able to be better than they is in that last round, then Detroit gonna be going home real quick. You feel me? As for the Cavs, they just gotta clean up defensively. They gave up a lot of runs in that last round that made them go into that 7-game series. They weren't able to get consistent stops. You feel me? Once certain matchups got exposed, players was going at it. You feel me? So as for the Cavs, they just need to clean up what they do defensively. Offensively, they doing their thing. Jared Allen had a real good game in that closing game. Mobley had a real good series. Mitchell had a real good series. James Harden had a real good series. So offensively, they already gonna do what they do offensively. Donovan Mitchell gonna do his 1-2. James Harden gonna do his 1-2, and then James Harden gonna make sure everybody else eat. The Cavaliers got a real deep team. So like I say, they just need to clean up on defense. Once they clean up on defense, they probably can get rid of this Detroit team in probably 5-6 games. But if they don't clean up on the defensive side, they can be going home in 5-6 games or in a game 7. So you feel me? I kind of look at this matchup kind of how I'm gonna look at this Philly versus New York series. You feel me? Whoever comes out the hottest, just like come out in the gate hot. You feel me? they making shots, they playing hard on defense, and essentially, I ain't gonna say who take the first game, but by I don't know, it's just something about that first game and that second round, seeing how that team come out and play. You feel me? It just says a lot. Both teams coming off a 7 game series, so both teams probably got some fatigue in them. So you might see a lot of players on the bench playing a lot. So that first game might look kind of crazier than how the rest of the series might look. But you feel me? All in all, though, I think it's gonna be a real good series. You feel me? I feel like uh I feel like the Cavaliers probably gonna come out on top of it in this series just because of the sizes they got down low. They got Dean Wade who comes off the bench. He's around 6'10". They got Mobley out there. He's almost 7 feet. Jaron Allen 7 feet. And I just feel like Detroit don't got the size to match up down there. And I feel like it's gonna come out to them being out rebounded. Second chance points. Second chance points can come from getting rebounds, going right up, or getting rebounds, just kicking it back out and knocking down threes. And I feel like that's going to be critical for Detroit in this series, unless they out rebound the Cavaliers in some sort of way, or um, out rebound them, or just able to outrun them in transition and get a lot of defensive baskets, turn defense into offense. I mean, turn a lot of defensive possessions into offense possessions. You feel me? Then they'll probably have a better opportunity. But just with the size matchup, Jalen Duren being one of the biggest players that they got, he about like 6'10", 6'11". You feel me? He's still kind of at a size differential when it comes to Jared Allen being about 7'1" with that wingspan. You feel me? But don't get it wrong, Jalen Duren out there strong as hell, so he gonna be able to be out there. He gonna be out there. It ain't gonna be no pushover shit. But when he comes out and Isaiah Stewart comes in, now you going into small ball, and I feel like against the Cavaliers, that ain't gonna really help you out just because they got some size going on from like small forward to the center position that they can rotate and have some big players up in there. And I feel like uh that's probably what you're gonna need definitely against Detroit, because a sure Thompson, we know about Thompson twins, they crazy athletic. Cade Cunningham, he likes to drive to the basket too. So with those sides down there, that's gonna probably limit his chances again to the bucket, and that's gonna probably give the Cavaliers a lot of chances to block shots. You feel me? So like I said, it's gonna be all to be about uh that size differential and how Detroit gonna come in trying to finesse their wins. You feel me? But like I said, I think the Cavaliers probably can get this done in probably about 6 games, 7 games, 7 games if needed to be. You feel me? But I think the Cavaliers definitely gonna get it done. I just think Donovan Mitchell just playing too good of basketball right now. I think the Cavaliers overall team is just better than the Detroit team coming from the starting five, going all the way down to the bench players. You feel me? But you know, y'all let me know what y'all think about that Cavs and Pistons game and in that series, and who y'all think gonna win, and what matchups y'all think need to be favored for each team to win. And then let me know in the comments and share. You already know we're gonna talk about it. But there was another. That was after that. We gonna see though. We gonna see what's gonna happen though. You feel me? Those are my picks. You feel me? I got the Timberwolves winning. I got the Timberwolves beating the Spurs. You know, it's probably gonna be a hard fall series, but I got the Timberwolves, man. My boy Ant-Man, he just hungry right now, and I feel like everybody on his team feeding off him. Um, I feel like OKC is just too hot right now. They just too hot to handle. They getting all the calls. Everything's just falling in their way. And I just feel like the Lakers just doesn't have the team to really compete with a team like OKC to get up and down the court, and get out there and get buckets like them. You feel me? Uh, I got Philly beat New York. Everybody know that New York play some real good basketball. They get in the playoffs, they turn up in the playoffs, but somehow, some way, New York just always find a way to lose. You feel me? And the way Philly just played in that Boston series with that team playing and playing collectively together. Tyrese Maxey, VJ, even getting Kelly Oubre out there involved in the offense. You feel me? the way they playing, I feel like they can still come back from this 1-0 thing and they can turn around and end up beating New York. You feel me? I got the Cavs beating the Pistons just because, like I said, I just think the Cavs overall is a better team, you know. But my finals prediction, you feel me? My finals prediction, I think it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be the Cavaliers in Minnesota. I feel like it's gonna be the Cavaliers and it's gonna be Minnesota. You feel me? And that's gonna be a real good matchup. You feel me? I feel like that's gonna be a real good matchup. Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, Mobley, Allen, and you got Ant Man, you got McDaniels, you got Julius Randle, you got Goldberg, you got a real good defensive team, you got a real good offensive team, and they're gonna going at it, and it's just going to be I feel like that's going to be a real good finals. That would be a real good finals right there to see the Cavaliers versus Minnesota. I feel like that'd be the best matchup to me. That's my finals prediction is Minnesota versus the Cavaliers. And I think Minnesota pull it out. You feel me? They just hard nosed right now. They got some players that coming off the bench from Bones Highland, Nas Reed, Shannon Jr. They coming off the bench with confidence, shooting the ball with confidence. They get out there playing defense together, turning defense into offense. They one of the best defensive teams. You feel me? And then they led by a superstar who just know how to go out there and get buckets. You feel me? He don't shy away from the big moments. You feel me? He gonna take the big shots. He gonna take the contested shots. You feel me? The game on the line, he gonna take that shot too. And I feel like that's the type of leader that everybody feeds off of. Like everybody feeds off that, and everybody be like, yeah, that's the type of motherfucker that people wanna lead them to a championship. I feel like he might can do it this year. You feel me? He might can do it this year. Every year he been in the playoffs, you feel me? He just been going further and further. Every year he been in the league, he just been getting better and better, developing his game, developing his handles, his footwork, his jump shot, his 3-point shot, and hard work pays off. And it seemed like he is starting to probably pay off for him. So you feel me? If he able to get past the Spurs and Minnesota be able to get past the Spurs, I don't think there's no other team that's gonna really be able to stop them. Because right now, I feel like the Spurs is one of the most dominant teams right now, especially with having Wembyama out there and how Wemby was treating the OKC and treating Chet Holmgren. I definitely know the OKC don't want to see the Spurs at all. So I feel like, it's gonna be the Timberwolves versus the Cavaliers in the NBA Finals, though. You feel me? That was my prediction. You feel me? But y'all already know, man. This was another episode of Great Conversations Guests with your boy Turbo. You feel me? Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on the video. Make sure y'all add the podcast page on Instagram at GreatConvo&Guests. You feel me? Make sure y'all add my boy behind the lens at Taj_Miller. You feel me? Y'all already know. As long as y'all keep fucking with us, we're gonna keep dropping this shit.